assistant crew leader with TKO, as well as the engagement manager for the organization. Welcome to a TKO trail party. This video is going to walk you through what to expect when you come out on a TKO volunteer event. First, TKO wants to acknowledge that every trail we work on travels through the traditional land of Indigenous people. These Indigenous people were forced to cede their land and homes to the United States government throughout history. We are privileged to be here today to work on these trails, and we want to express gratitude to the descendants of these tribes for being the original stewards of the land.
TKO seeks to make Oregon's trails a place where people can go to connect with nature and one another. Not everyone feels safe and welcome in the outdoors due to racism, bias, and hate. We commit to being part of the solution to change that. Conduct, speech, or expressions that target individual groups will not be tolerated by TKO, regardless of whether they are based on age, citizenship, disability, ethnicity, gender identity expression, geographic origin, location, nationality, race, religion, sexual orientation, or socioeconomic status.
And then there is our tough caring contract. And the tough caring contract is a concept of our safety culture. What it asks of each and every one of us, and it starts with our leaders and our assistant leaders and every volunteer, is that if you see me doing something unsafe or a behavior or comments that are hurtful or unwelcoming, I ask you to interrupt that and share with me how to do something better. If I don't have work gloves on or safety glasses, a physical safety issue, I want for and ask for you to speak up and share that. I'll do the same for you. That also applies to anything in behavior or comments made that are either intentional or unintentional, with bias, implicit bias or explicit bias. I'll do the same for you as I would expect you to do for me. And that culture and concept of safety is something that we ask for through the tough caring contract, because I care for you and I would hope that you care for me and do the same.
Being safe on a TKO trail party not only encompasses your physical safety, it also encompasses your mental and emotional safety. We want these experiences to be something that everyone can come out and enjoy. If someone says or does something that makes you uncomfortable, please let me or one of your assistant crew leaders know. Part of your physical safety is not only being safe with tools, but also knowing your own limitation. We don't need you to be working every single second of the experience. It's very important for you to listen to your body. If something hurts, please stop doing it. If you get tired, take a break. Lean on your tool. Chat with me. That's my favorite part of the work party. If you need to stop and get a drink of water, please do. Make sure you stay hydrated. If you need a snack, eat a snack. This should be an experience that doesn't come at a cost to you.
We have a pre-screening you can fill out to let us know that you're healthy and fit to work with us. It's important to wear a face mask, especially if you're within 6 feet, but we recommend staying 6 feet away on the trails. Try to stay 10 feet away. Cough into your arms. Avoid touching your face. As far as tool care, we're always disinfecting all the tools before and after when we use them. Enjoy the beautiful views that we have here on this Oregon coast.
Make sure that you have your hard hat. If you don't have one with you, a crew leader should have one. Make sure that they fit, that they are stable on your head, that there aren't any major cracks or dents in them. We'll also be using gloves to protect our hands. Rubber or leather both have pros and cons, and if you're not sure which one to bring, you can reach out to a crew leader. We'll be using eye protection when appropriate. I like to use it when sawing because a little bit flecks of sawdust get in my contacts, or if we're swinging a pigmatic at a rock chunk and little pieces are going to be flying, just make sure that you're using your protective eye equipment. All crew leaders should have some if you didn't bring any.
On the work site, your crew leader will make any special mentions of weather or environmental concerns, including air quality, wind danger, rain, lightning, cold, heat, bees, other dangerous flora or fauna. Your crew leader should touch on all of these just prior to your event.
That space that we maintain around us really is dictated either by our work at hand or the tool that we have in our hands. So right now I have this hazel hoe, which is one of my favorites, and that is a tool that's pretty short. We don't use it really high above our head like this. We don't swing it to the side or anything like that. So really it's just right in this space right here. And when we're doing that, we're keeping our legs bent and making sure we're not exhausting our back or anything like that. And we're letting the head of the tool do the work. Giving a little bit. You see how one of my hands is always stationary on the back of the handle and the other one sliding up and down the tool. That's why having leather gloves sometimes is really nice. And usually it has some sort of sharp, sticky, scary thing that we always want to point away from us when we're either carrying it or moving from one spot to another. And when we do that, we want to point the business end down at the ground and always have the head of the tool in front of you by your side down here. Never over your shoulder, all like Pools GQ style or anything like that. Just always down by your side, never behind you like this where you can't see it. Because if you don't see it, then it could be harming someone else who's maybe walking by that you don't see as well. But the big important thing is always down by your side, business end down, pointed away from you, so that if something does happen, whether it be someone stopped quickly in front of you or you trip and stumble and you need to toss the tool, that you know muscle memory where it exactly is.
For every one of our trail parties, we have a Trailhead communication plan. This is a document that notes the project information, the project location, the closest emergency care, contact information for our land manager partners and the heads of our organization, the emergency action plan roles, and radio use instructions. At the beginning of each trail party, your crew leader will assign emergency action plan roles to your fellow volunteers. Those roles are situation manager, most frequently the crew leader. This is a person that directs everyone in the case of an on-trail emergency. The first aid lead, this is frequently our volunteer with the highest first aid certification, or in the event that we have a medical professional as one of our volunteers, we do lean heavily on them to assist in our first aid efforts. The alternate situation manager is frequently an assistant crew leader, but could be assigned to anyone on the party. And this is a person who will help keep the situation organized, save for the people who are assigned roles in an emergency. So they'll keep the rest of the crew sort of off to the side and lead them in ending the trail party or whatever else needs to be done. And it will also include a communications lead, and this is a person who will be responsible for contacting emergency services via cell phone or radio in the case of an on-trail emergency. In the unlikely event of an emergency, we will then begin to take the steps laid out on our emergency action plan. Those steps are to initiate care for the patient, and that will be assigned to the first aid lead. Call 911 or radio dispatch, which will be assigned to the communications lead. We will arrange to get emergency treatment if needed, if the situation dictates. We will arrange to evacuate if we need to remove everyone and or the patient from the emergency scene. Once emergency treatment has been acquired and evacuation has been achieved, we will report the injury to agency authorities and TKO organizational heads. We'll notify the emergency contact for the injured person, and we will commence with documenting the incident on various report forms through our agency partners and in our own organization.
Number 1, safety. Number 2, have fun. And number 3, as long as these first 2 are taken care of, we might as well get some work done.
Thanks for watching, and have a great day out there on the trail.